Welcome to the English module. Today we are going to talk about the English sound system and pronunciation versus spelling. These are the learning objectives for this video. The participant will be able to understand the difference between the words error and mistake, recognize the English sound system and demonstrate this knowledge, understand the difference between pronunciation and spelling, and compare British and English spelling. The contents of this video are errors often made in the English language, focusing on spelling specifically in this presentation, then the sound system and pronunciation versus spelling. In the previous slide, we mentioned error analysis because there is a difference between making mistakes and having errors in language. Well, a mistake is a decision that later turns out to be wrong. I took a bad decision. Mistake in language is, for example, slip of tongue. And with error, it's a more formal word and you have wrong something that's not part of the rule, okay? So compared to a set of rules bound by rules, right? So errors, systematic errors in L2 learning, language, second language learning. All right, we are going to talk about IPA and RP. What are these? You might think that IPA is IPA, so Instituto Pedagógico Urbano. Well, it's connected to languages specifically, so I wouldn't say it's that. Here are the definitions of these two words. International Phonetic Alphabet is what IPA stands for, and RP means Received Pronunciation. Let's look into this matter. Here you can see table 1. This is from the IPA, the International Phonetic Alphabet. This table deals with consonants. You have consonant grapheme, for example, the B, and you see how you pronounce these. B for example, in baby, and the D for dog. And then you have see other graphemes that just are a bit strange. The J for judge, giant, etc. This is table 2. It's about vowels. For example, the letter A in cat. It's pronounced cat, not cat. And then in the in peg, for example, but also in bread, even though bread has the letters E and A, right? And for example, sweet has double E, and that's a long sound. Even though you see heat is also in the long sound, but it has the letters E and A, and it's pronounced like sweet and heat. If you want to dig a bit deeper into spelling and pronunciation, then, well, the same letter can have different sound. So phone, clock, for, you see 3 different sounds for the letter O. Then we have different letters and have the same sound, like in big, English, and busy. Then you have counting letters and sounds. You think it might help, you're right? So letters and sounds are not the same. In most English words, one letter doesn't equal one sound. Like shopping, you have 8 letters, but you have 5 sounds. Here are a few examples if you would like to count letters and sounds in English. You have silent letters in English, like the word bomb. You don't say bomb. The B is silent at the end. And then knee, the K in front of the word knee isn't pronounced, so it's a silent K. Here we are going to discuss the difference between British American spelling. Look at the following examples. For example, center and center. The one on the left is the British English version with TRE and the American version with TER. You can see a few more here. Which spelling do you want your students to use? So most school books are in British English. However, our context is more linked to American English. Now we will be focusing on doubling consonant. Watch the following video about doubling consonant. The link is underneath this presentation. Here are some spelling rules for you, the IE and EI. When do you use one of these? So there is a rule specifically. For example, in friend, you have the IE, but in receive, you have EI. So after the C, you turn the letters around. There are exceptions. So sounds with sh and long A do not follow these rules. Like ancient, the sh still has the IE, and way long has the AMEI, and not like in French. All right, the ES attached to a noun to form plurals. You see examples like which and witches, boxes, sounds like the with ending S and sh and ch. You have the oak, the consonant, the OES, plural is potatoes and tomatoes, for example, and the vowel plus O in studios and zoos. In Dutch, studios with apostrophe S. In English, we don't do that. Apostrophe S is for possession in English. All right, dropping the final E. The rule is to drop the final E with a suffix, and the suffix is a morpheme added at the end of a word. Like for example, full or ing, like in sleeping. Here is the case with surprise. Surprising, you drop the E to form surprising, and then you have words that keep the E, like in graceful. Commonly misspelled words, for example, accommodation, conscious, guarantee, and dependence. You need to pay extra attention to these, learn these by heart. Accommodation with double C, double N, whereas in papiamento, accomodación doesn't have that. Oh yes, let's wrap it up. We're going to practice. Click on the link below the presentation for the quiz, Spelling Part 1. Good luck!